Hey there, Board Game Brody here with Holiday Hills. It's a Christmas pattern building game for up to 4 players. In the game, you will be decorating trees, placing presents out, stringing lights over the trees, all of this to complete goals to gain cheer points to be the best in the Tinsel Task Force. The game is played by choosing actions and adding your colored decorations to the board. Each player starts with their sled at their color of cottage, and everyone will be moving clockwise around the board. You will move from action space to another action space, skipping any that you'd like to until you get to the end where you have to stop at the cottage. But then moving, you will choose if you want to take the top path or the bottom path to get there. The lines are on the bottom and the top of the action spots. These are the paths that you are choosing. One is dark blue and the other is more of a lighter blue. One will focus more on gaining presents to add to your sled, and the other focuses more on delivering presents from your sled to the board. Both important in the game. So you will move your sled to an action space and then take or place dice from the paths that you took to get there. Then you will take the actions shown on your action space, which usually is adding decorations onto the board or maybe some trees, adding things to the board. Each player will be adding their color of stuff to the board, but you can put your decorations on any open spot, either on your tree or someone else's tree. String lights have to be placed where 2 empty spots are adjacent to each other, and if a tree doesn't have any string lights yet, you can spin that tree to provide you a spot to do so. But after 1 string light has been placed, the tree can no longer be spun. So again, the action spots will decide what decorations and what additional trees, if any, with their color star on top will be placed on the board, while the path you take determines if you gain dice presents or place dice presents. Your sled can only hold up to 2 of those at a time, so you will be taking both pathways every so often and connecting them with your actions that you'd like to take. When you get to another player's cottage, you will stop. You will deliver any presents still present in your sled onto the board, and then choose one of the available objective cards. You start the game with 2 of these, and you are trying to complete them as you add decorations and stuff, Christmas stuff, to the board. Some are decoration objectives where you need to place your color decorations on certain trees matching the shown pattern. Points for dice present objectives where you want the shown color of presents underneath one of your trees with your color star on it. Or it might be a string light objective where you want to string lights shown in the pattern on that card. All of these cards have their goals shown, but you can get partial points for, fulfilling some of the requirements and not all of them as well. The points are then shown on the bottom of each of those objective cards so you know kind of how to plan better. Again, you start the game with 2 of these, and you will gain 4 more with each cottage, so at the end of the game, you will have 6 total. The game is also somewhat of a race, as the first player back will score additional points from the finish line card. But if you get there, all other players will continue playing, adding more decorations onto the board, and possibly getting more points that way. So you will want to find a good time to finish before others, but not too much ahead of others. After all players have eventually made it back to their own cottage, placed the remaining dice in their sled, taken their last objective card, then final scoring will be done. Players score 8 points for each of their own trees that are full of decorations. That's 4 different slots that are filled with a decoration of some type. Then 10 points for each tree that has all 4 dice presents on their corners. So you want your trees to be full of presents and full of decorations. Then dice presents are scored according to the most decorations on a tree to earn points, so each tree is evaluated, and the player with the most decorations on that tree scores the points from the highest die placed on one of the corners. The player then with the second most decorations scores the next highest die. If multiple players have the same amount of decorations, they both score the same points from the die assigned to them. Players score points according to their 6 objective cards, according to, how much of each of those they have completed. Plus, remember the points awarded for being the first one back to your own cottage. You'll get points for the finish line card. Players add up all those points, and the player with the most points wins the game of Holiday Hills. You can also play the naughty mode if you would like, if you don't want to play nice. This game is more tactical, with all trees placed out on the board to begin. Whoever places the last decoration on that fourth slot of that tree, they will be able to claim their star, put it on there, and claim the points for it. There are new action spaces that will let you kind of swap out decorations as well, so nothing is safe on those trees. You can gain additional objective cards in the naughty mode as well, making it more strategic by landing on those action spaces that will grant you an extra card. There is a 2-player and a 5-player variant included in the rulebook as well. There's a mini expansion to add more stuff in there as well, like these bells that will give you additional actions when you complete the shown goal below that bell. And if you complete all 5 bells, you earn an extra 10 points. And well, that's Holiday Hills, a great Christmas board game of decorating for the holidays and maybe messing up others doing that same thing. The game has a lot of ways to get points, and overall, it's all focused on decorating for the holidays. You are adding decorations and dice presents, and you want to add them to your trees to gain those points, but then you also want to add your decorations to other players' trees to take some of the points if they have high dice numbers there. So there is a reason to do that. And then to add a third layer onto that, you are also trying to place decorations to complete your objective cards as you pick them up. So you have a lot of places to think about where you want to place things. You also need to do this in a good way by choosing which actions to take with moving your sled, but then also alternating picking up dice and then placing them on the board. So you have to add that into your plans and to make it, the best thing that you can do. You'll want to see what objective cards are out there and then time it when you pick those up, as you can wait till all other players take one to get new ones, or if there's something out there that you really want, you might want to get to that corner before all the other players do so you can get that card. The best thing the game offers is the theme, of course. It's a Christmas game. Christmas time is the time to play board games, and hopefully you're playing them with your family or friends, and this would be a great game to play with them. Make it a tradition to play a Christmas game during that time. The game is not too complicated. Kids can still enjoy this, but not just so simple that it doesn't offer any fun. The components look to be pretty fun to use, and you have Jingle Bell Square all decorated and ready for Christmas at the end of the game. Again, this is Brody with Let's Table It, where we get games to the table. Like this one right here, Holiday Hills, a Christmas decorating game by Chris Couch Games. Please like and subscribe to our channel. We are working hard to bring to you videos like this one so you know if these games here are ones that you want to get to your own table.